Well, April is Autism Awareness Month, and there are remarkable people living with autism who are doing remarkable things. And one of them is Chicago musician Charles Joseph Smith. I spoke with the 55-year-old pianist and composer about his musical journey and his soon-to-be moment in the spotlight. Charles Joseph Smith plays the piano with an intensity matched by few. That musical language came naturally to the Beverly native at a young age, even before his words did.
I think I was diagnosed at age maybe 4, where I couldn't even speak at all. And I didn't know that I ended up like that. This was before I took piano lessons. Then being exposed to music probably helped that.
Charles was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder in the early 70s.
Even worse, I was African American.
A volatile time when little was known about autism and even less about how to offer family support.
But the good news is that my parents tried to be so hard to be protected against things like bullying or being shamed, something like that. Because they wanted to, like, especially with my musical talents, to like not let autism like destroy my reputation or even worse.
His musical talents rapidly expanded. By age 11, Charles was playing piano at a grade 12 level. He went on to earn a music bachelor's from Roosevelt University and a master's and doctorate from the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. And he played concerts around the world.
Sort of a secret diversion from some of the negatives of ASD.
But then Charles discovered the underground or DIY music scene in Champaign and then Chicago in the 90s and early 2000s, and he loved it. So he started composing DIY music and kept going to shows in the city, becoming a familiar face and even dancing at many of them, including at gigs by the band RFUP.
What happens at the end of this aria? Or where does it leave us?
It has a scary ending.
That's where Super Records co-founder Glenn Curran met Charles and wanted to know more about him and his music. He also read Charles' autobiography, The 88 Keys That Opened Doors.
Understanding like the breadth of his story and the scope of his work and artistry really motivated me to want to finally pursue that project that was bigger in scope.
That project is now this Super Records compilation called Collected Work and War of the Martian Ghosts, the latter Charles's original opera. Curran says he whittled 64 CDs of Charles' original works down to this 3-CD set.
I see him as an artist first, but he has this connection maybe to music that is informed by his autism, and there's just something really powerful about that story.
It's also just who Dr. Charles Joseph Smith is.
So now I have multiple ways of expressing myself.
Collected Works and War of the Martian Ghosts came out earlier this month, and tomorrow the Chicago Humanities Festival will host Charles in Conversation at Co-Prosperity in Bridgeport, and that begins at 7 p.m. And I honestly can tell you, Marissa, I really loved my conversation and my time with Charles. It's remarkable, and he had such a supportive set of parents, truly.
And that's how it starts to sort of foster that talent at such a young age.
Oh yeah, and it was just in him,
and
right?
Like we said, we didn't know a lot about autism at that time, and to see him grow and really foster that talent is incredible. Amazing work.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful to meet him.